why I know you having, an average person anyway, having a color scheme going wrong. Like, the world is less colorful. I don't think it's less colorful. Because at first I thought they were talking about, like, metaphorically, like, oh, the world has gotten less colorful. There's less, I don't know, less, diversity of thought. Something like that, that kind of metaphor, or it was like less people of color if you're going physical. But what I did not think was actually things losing their color. Things have not lost their color. Either one of two things happened. Either you're having bad eyesight, or what it's most likely is you saw one of those, oh, I missed the 2000s, or I missed the 1980s, or I missed this year or that time. And that was so much colorful or so much better than. The funny thing about this is it's like, they're going to be saying that about our time. Like right now, people are saying, oh, it's the worst time ever. How could anybody ever like this? And then, like 2, 5, 10, maybe even 20, 30 years later into the future, whenever, if people still remember this year, they'll look at this year and be like, oh my god, it was so great. It was so good. Yeah, we had problems and stuff, but it was so great. Like, dude, didn't you just hate on it? Like, many years back. You know what I mean? Like, they laugh at them, people today. Like, people today are like, how could you have hated it back then? It was so much better. When, that's not the case. I'd rather be very much living in the future or living in now than living in the 1980s, for example, because that was the 80s, And if the farther you go back, the less I'm going to want to live in. And I'd rather, live in the 1980s than live in the 1900s, that kind of thing, because, oh boy, it's just not good. It's just not good. Can't get anywhere. Ooh, my hair. My hair be looking funky. I don't know why I can't stop touching it today. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's starting to grow in again. Anyway, yeah. I don't really think I'm losing color because, you know how I know that? Because this hasn't gotten any darker or any lighter every time I turn the light on. This yellow, still yellow like that, Like, for me, it has not gotten less colorful. Now, it's not to say that there aren't a lot of cars out there, or there's not, like, a lot of things. It's just people are more, like, it's more clear to see a solid color now compared to, say, in the 60s or something. That's why they had to be more, quote-unquote, colorful. Like, they're colorful, but they're not really that colorful. Like, if you look at them now and look at them then, it's still the same thing, kinda. But it's like, oh, we're gonna criticize it because it's now, But then if it was the past, it's like, how dare you criticize my past? We had better things. No, you didn't. Most of the things that you had in the past, like 99% of those, were terrible things. Like, yeah, you may have that one stuff, but that was for, like, the technical stuff that didn't really matter much. Whereas now, it's like, most of the stuff that we have now is a lot better, a lot greater than any other time before us, And in the future, they're going to have stuff that is better than now, Like, that's just how it keeps going. And people are saying this or that and this and that, but it's like, we've been doing it since the beginning of time. We're just, my generation, Generation Z, is just at the age of realizing it. We're about to, but we're not quite there, so, Basically, they're doing what every generation does, just 10 times faster, you know? Like, for millennials, it was like 1 times faster, but for Gen Z, it's 10 times faster because we've seen this process so much that now we basically kind of forced it on ourselves, not realizing what we have done doing that. That's a crazy thing, man. That's all I really gotta say with that, man. Like it just it just makes you think, don't it? It really does. Like, bro, don't believe in this stuff. If you want things to be colorful, then be around things that are colorful. Okay? That's just how that works. It's not like, oh, life was somehow better because it was more colorful. Like, bro, all you have to do to make life more colorful is just to be more colorful. That's it. You don't have to go, but this or that. No. Don't give me that bullcrap. Don't give me that bullcrap. You know. I know. Everybody knows. If you want to be more colorful, then be more colorful. Okay? In conclusion, just spread in more color, I guess. But it's whatever, it is what it is. Shall see you later, probably. And, yeah, bye.